one community project inspires another, which inspires another, and we end up seeing impacts we could have barely dreamed of. I'm going to hand over to Anita Roy and Helen Gillingham at Transition Town Wellington in Somerset to hear their stories. Thank you so much for joining us. Your 5 minutes starts now.
Eeks. So thank you, Yumna. This is very exciting. I'm going to click through some quick slides, but the main thing to say is that we decided to talk to you today about befores and afters. Taking pictures before you've done something and after you've finished it is a weirdly effective, very simple thing to do. Transition Town Wellington is very much more than just community gardening, but we're going to focus on that today because we've got no time. So here we go, befores and afters. Helen is going to talk us through how we do this.
Okay, so the first thing that we did was when we decided that we'd like to have some free food growing around the corner from as many people's houses as possible. So we started looking for places and asking where we could put them. The real starting block happened when we actually asked the council. So that's a definite top tip. And the council came up with a few different places, and this was one of the first ones. So this was basically a pile of rubble and covered in some layers of wood chip and membrane, and we turned it into a herb bed. So this is a couple of years ago. It's even more developed now and working well. So the next one, actually, some members of the community asked us to try and sort out this patch. They'd already asked the council to clear some brambles and nettles and things, and they wanted some food there. So we went for fruit trees on this patch, because you see how fertile it is because of all the nettles and the docks. So this is a little while later. I think this was taken last year, and the trees are a bit bigger now and starting to produce fruit. We've got 8 fruit trees there. It's just around the corner from a primary school, and we asked them to choose fruit they'd like. So hopefully that'll get nicely used. So this is another one of the first sites, which was basically some fruit trees tacked on the side of a community woodland that had already been planted about 10 years ago. So this is one of our before scything pictures, and then after. Just to mention as well, we also make sure we take pictures of each group drinking tea and having cake, which I think is also very important. So this site got started in 2019, and it's an acre, so hence being called Long Acre, which was called by public vote. So a big fly tipping bramble infested area that basically would have been impassable in about 2 years, I reckon, from when we started. So now it's got 100 fruit trees and bushes, and a wildflower meadow, and paths cut through, and a bog garden and a pond. So we're very proud of that. And so these are some of the, and then that led on to our big project now, which is Fox's Field, 8.5 acres. I think you can talk about that.
Yep, so 8.5 acres. It was privately owned up until a couple of years ago, and then it went up for sale, and the community got together and said, no, thank you, we'd like that. And so now it belongs to us. It was bought by the district council, largely inspired, I think, by Transition Town's amazing success in those previous projects, because I knew that there were so many people that wanted green growing spaces that were good for wildlife and good for food. So we started on this project, actually spades in the ground, in December. So this is what it looked like in about September. We had a mower come in and mow all the grass, bale it all up, and then we thought, right, what can we do with all these bales? Well, we didn't. We thought, this will make good mulch. So then we did a lot of measuring and planning. And then in December this year, we had volunteers come to the site and move the mulch around.
We have 1 minute left, sorry.
Right, we're going to go really fast. So then it went from that to like this, which was last week. We were very happy. And we just made a new pathway, which was like this. And now it's like this. Oh my God. And just to go very quickly, zooming to the end, this is a map of Wellington. This is the forest garden. Well, this is Fox's Field. So it's bought by the district council for green, to keep us a green open space in November 2019. Then they bought this, which is a wildflower meadow, which is going to be great, which is they're also talking to Transition Town about, like, what do we do with this? What trees do we plant? How do we manage it? And then they said, well, this is going really well. Let's buy this. So we now have nearly 75 acres land for a green corridor, which will include a community farm, forest gardens, wildlife, off-road stuff, cycling. It's all bloody
Football,
sort of,
rugby.
and a bit of football too. Yeah, it's all very, very exciting. The main thing is, top tip to end on, if you want a way to keep people motivated who are already doing stuff with you, there's nothing like showing what they've achieved. So this is, because our memories are very short. This is what it used to look like. It used to look like, this is what it looks like now. It's also a brilliant way to attract new people to your group and to build your community. And it always makes a good story. The newspapers like to cover it and stuff like that. If you can say, this is what it used to look like, this is what it looks like now. And that's it.
Amazing. Wow, thank you.
Thank you very much. And here's our best volunteer, Ella.